Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you this 2015 Aston Martin Rapide S. This is the 8-speed model, finished in tungsten silver. So first of all, looking at the Rapide S, we call it our 4-door sports car, and it's for a very good reason. So this is not a big, soft luxury saloon. It is a GT sports car with extra practicality. So the chassis is based on that of the Aston Martin Vanquish and the DB9, but stretched to give rear occupancy space, rear doors, and a decent boot space. But the chassis is fantastic. It's a wonderfully rigid chassis, and up front there is a 5.9 litre 552 brake horsepower naturally aspirated V12 engine. Now this is also a very dynamic car, and one of the great things about the chassis with a Rapide S is the longer wheelbase gives it a bit more stability, better ride quality, but the extra length is hidden by the fact that it's got our fastest steering rack out of the V12 Vantage S. And therefore on the road you don't really notice the extra length of the car. So come round to the back of the vehicle, let's pop open the boot. So it's actually a very big boot. First of all, you get this compartment divider that pops up or down, so you can have that in place, and actually what it does is it reduces noise levels through the cabin when it's up, and there's still a decent boot space. It doesn't reduce boot space, it just divides it up. You can then pop it down, and as I have shown there, you can also fold both seats down, which was an optional extra on later models, but standard on this version. So with seats folded as well, it gives you a tremendous amount of boot space if I scan back. So for a big European tour, you really won't struggle. So let's pop the boot down. Soft close. Rear passenger space next. So if I just step back, so one of the aspects of the swoopy shape is that the one downside to rear occupancy entry is the low roof gives lower headroom than a traditional saloon. But once you're in, it's enormously comfortable, and absolutely it's big enough for adults. So the spec of this car is wonderful. So you've got black with silver contrast stitch. It has lots of black detailing, so it's got the black B&O speaker covers and the black piano black trim kit. Into the centre, I mean, rear occupancies are passengers are really well catered for. So this has got the rear entertainment system, that's optional. Rear passengers also get their own climate controls. They get heated and ventilated rear seats, and then underneath that storage compartment, you can either use it as a storage compartment or to put the headrests for the rear entertainment screens. And then hopefully you'll notice the trim on these seats. So it's got the optional diamond stitching, and that can be in a contrast coloured stitch, or in this it's stitched to match, which I think's a nice balance, so that the seats look intricate and interesting but without being overly busy. And then the black Aston Martin wings as well. So there's the rear cabin. So as I shut the door, you'll notice this has got pillarless windows, and the only reason that Aston Martin were able to make that work is because of the rigidity of this chassis. You need huge strength in the car, and the strength of the Rapide chassis is just absolutely incredible. So moving to the front, again you can see more evidence of the B&O sound system. So the tweeters rise up out of the dashboard. It is 1,000 watt hi-fi, and it has incredible sound quality. You can see the condition of these seats. Well, this car's only done 7,300 miles, so everything is beautiful. It's been really well cared for. And then piano black trim all the way up the center console as well. So usual satellite navigation and hi-fi controls and climate control, and then in the middle once again you've got the cooled and heated seats, as well as controls for the rear climate. And then both driver and passenger enjoy memory seats, full electric seats and electric lumbar support. So these are super comfortable seats for a long distance journey, and that really underlines the key to the Rapide, that it has such a breadth of ability. So this is a car that is fantastic on a long journey. It's great in town. So although it's a car that's capable of 203 miles an hour and 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, it's perfectly happy on a long drive, or indeed driving in heavy traffic. The 8-speed gearbox is superb and is capable of shifting enormously quickly. Now this car we supplied from new, so we've looked after it all the way through. Its history is all with us, so it's a car that we know really well. And as you can see as we go around, condition wise, it's exceptional. So we've seen the interior is beautiful, and just scanning down the side of the bodywork, again, that wheel's perfect. So both wheels this side, beautiful. Again, bodywork, perfect. You'll notice it's got the black exhaust options, and I should point out it's also got the black pedal option, so throttle and brake, which is just a nice, cool little feature. Again, that wheel is perfect condition, as is the bodywork all the way down here. And then finally, the front passenger wheel, again, perfect. Final bit we'll look at in terms of condition is the front nose. And again, it's enormously chip free. So there we have a beautiful tungsten silver Aston Martin Rapide S with full Aston Martin service history. It's got a great specification with these wheels that are a rare option, and all of the boxes have been ticked. Should you wish to reserve this car, you can reserve it online. You can also call us and we can arrange contactless delivery for you. Thank you for watching.